Yeah, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy TeflonJohn coming to you, man, on this beautiful Monday night. You know what I mean? I know it's hot out there, but that's just what it is. It's approaching summer. We're almost changing seasons from spring to summer. Just coming to you guys live tonight. Just try to get some little bit of interaction. You know what I'm saying? Spend a little bit of time with you guys tonight. But the title of the video is called "Believe in Yourself Like Someone Else." So now I'm just going to give people a couple minutes to get on, being that this is a live video. Give people a couple minutes to get on, man. See if I can get some people to interact. But yeah, so it's been a great week. Been a busy 2 weeks. Last 2 weeks have been very busy for me. What's up, Auntie? That's my aunt tuning in. But it's been a very, very busy 2 weeks. What's up, Tremaine? Let me wave at y'all. Wave. Yeah, but if you can share this broadcast, that'll help me out a lot. You can share it. Let me see. Invites. There we go. Let me invite a couple people to watch or whatever. Yeah, but I hope y'all guys are having a great Monday. How was your Monday? How was your Monday at work? I know that can be challenging. You know what I mean? Like when you're working with a lot of people, I know that can be challenging. What's up, Chanel? What's up, Mom? Yeah, so I know Mondays can be challenging, especially when you work with people and you work in a job that you don't really care too much for, and you feel like the job doesn't care much for you. I'm going to talk about that a little bit tonight, jobs. But yeah, I just wanted to come live tonight, just to kind of kick it with y'all a little bit. And, hey, what's up, Noreen? And just let y'all know what's going on. I got the interview with Victoria Watts, The Power of Fashion, right now. You can watch that at www.IAmTeflonJohn.com. You can watch it on my profile page, or you can watch it at YouTube. Just type IAmTeflonJohn as one word in the YouTube search engine. You'll be able to see all my shows. And I appreciate every last one of you guys for supporting the IAmTeflonJohn brand in the Art of Reinvention show. And the reason I do the Art of Reinvention show is because I try to use people's stories. I try to use people's education to just try to make, provoke change through thought. Just by provoking thought to make you think. What's up, Cheryl? Before you take action, I just want you to think. You know what I mean? So I want you to watch something, be inspired, be motivated, be moved, to just think before you go out here. What's up, Steve? And do something crazy. Every time we turn on the news, it's kind of a tragic thing going on. So I try not to watch the news. Because I believe that the news controls the climate. The news can put information out that will make you, but that will eventually influence your decisions, even with your money, even where you go, where you hang out, you know what I mean? So I try not to watch the news, until they start putting some positivity on there, because they're painting a one-sided picture of a lot of people, police, young African-American males. They're just painting one side. They're not showing positive policemen. They're not showing positive African-American males. So I'm trying to shake that up a little bit. But just to let you know, like I said, we're still filming the documentary. Right now I'm supposed to be setting up an interview with the police chief. I'm supposed to be interviewing him and another officer. What's up, Quincy? Interviewing those two. So we're going to get a lot of compiled footage. We're going to start editing hopefully within the next month or two. I had a powerful interview with what's up, Veronica? I had a powerful interview with my cousin Anthony Andrews, who is a firefighter and EMS first responder. He's in the documentary, and he also has a interview for the Art of Reinvention show coming on next week. So this week you do not want to miss it, right? This week, if you're married, thinking about getting married, if you're dating and will get married, if you're thinking about getting divorced and you're married, you don't want to miss this episode of the Art of Reinvention show. So Thursday at 8:05 p.m., I'm going to have Apostle Kelso and Jackie Clark, right, who has a ministry called Shatterproof Marriage. So I titled this episode Shatterproof Marriage Part 1. And we're going to be talking about, hey, what's up, Ebony? And we're going to be talking about marriage. We're going to be talking about marriage, right? How to build a shatterproof marriage, right? And they have a story. They're transparent. But this is going to be our first series on the Art of Reinvention talk show. Our first series, because we're definitely going to get them back. And we're thinking about filming the second episode in front of a live audience. So I'm going to let you guys know where we're going to be doing that. You get to come in for free and chill and listen while we filming the second part. But let me tell you, it's some powerful stuff going on. What's up, Danny? It's some powerful stuff going on. What's up, Melody? Powerful stuff going on, you know what I'm saying, that you don't want to miss. Because let me tell you, like, I just believe that God has put me in a certain situation where, I'm building a platform to put out positivity, to try to provoke change, and I want to run with that, you know what I mean? But I need your support. I need you to share it. I need you to click the like button. I need you to give me some hearts. So every time you see something that you genuinely like, please share it. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to get it to someone else. Because the reason why I do what I do, right, is I did a long time ago, I did a Facebook video. I was just in the driveway when I was working my old job and I was fed up, and I did a video called It's Time to Go, and that's also on my timeline. And I was just talking about moving, you know what I'm saying, not giving up, but it's time to make a change. And a lady in Florida saw my live video and was inspired and moved by it because she needed encouragement, because she had found her son hanging from a tree. He had killed himself, committed suicide about a week before I did the video. And so once that video happened, man, I felt like that, there was an assignment that God wanted me to do. And here's the thing, like, not everybody's called to be behind the pulpit, you know what I mean? But we all have ministries in our heart, whether it be, through voice, whether it be when you're on your job trying to encourage and inspire people, you know what I mean? Whether it be through video. So I'm just choosing to run with what I have now. You know what I mean? Like, everyone has a platform, and it's up to you to use it as a powerful tool to provoke change. You know what I mean? And so part of this is I want to provoke change. I want to try to lower and reduce the suicide rate, because I believe that people that are committing suicide are going through something. Sometimes they internalize that frustration, and they don't know how to articulate it and tell people, because they feel like they're the only ones that are going through that specific situation. And so I feel like through the Art of Reinvention show and the Art of Reinvention podcast show, if I can get somebody to share their story, just be transparent and just preach naked. And what I mean by naked is just stripped down and giving you the raw story, the raw deal. Someone will be able to identify with your story. It may not be my story. It may not be my guest story, but somebody can identify with your story and be like, man, if they made it out, you know what I'm saying, I know I can make it out. What's up, Edward Barksdale? If they made it out, I know I can make it out. So the Bible speaks about, that we are overcomers by the word of our testimony. And that's real, because there are certain things in life that I didn't give up on because somebody approached me and was like, yo, I made it out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're seeing me with the business and the cars, but look, this is what I went through. You know what I mean? So remember that everything that you're going through in life, everything that God is allowing you, and listen, God is allowing you to go through. Everything that he's allowing you to go through is part of a bigger process, and it has nothing to do with you. He's going to use your story to get glory, you know what I'm saying, for him, but he's going to use your story to bring other people out. And by doing that, it's going to give you closure on why you went through what you went through. I don't know if you were molested. I don't know if you were raped. I don't know if you were mistreated. I don't know if you were neglected. Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? God can get the glory out of that story. You know what I mean? But we have to share our stories with certain people. Not everyone. Share our stories with certain people. And sometimes you may be at work. You may be at a family function, and God will just be speaking to you. Tell so-and-so this. Encourage so-and-so. Because I'm telling you, it's a person out there that's going through half of what you went through and can't make it. They're thinking about giving up. You know what I'm saying? That's why people need to check on others. Even if it's just a hello, how are you? See, a lot of times people just need you to listen to. Yeah. That's just like my auntie just said. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need to check on people and be courteous, and just something simple as hi, hello. You know what I mean? And some people, like I said, they don't want you to fix their issues. They don't want you to be their doctor. They don't want you to be their psychiatrist. Some people just want you to be your ear. They just want you to listen to them. You know what I'm saying? If you got ears the size of mine, listening is not hard. But I would say sometimes it's easier to hear somebody than to listen. You know what I mean? And that's something that I always work on, just kind of listening to people. Because some people, and I'm that type of person. Like when I'm going through something, I just want to vent. I don't want you to say anything. I just want to get it off my chest, right? And sometimes by doing that, by being someone else's outlet, we can help reduce the rate of, suicide. We can help reduce the rate of depression. What's up, Greg Silver? You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since I've seen you, man. But yeah, so, and I believe a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, that so many people are burnt out with life, man. And it's all on how you look at it. Is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? So is what God, so you got to view it like, God's taking me through something, right? So you got to view like, what are you trying to get out of me? What are you trying to teach me? What are you trying to give me versus, oh man, I can't take it, man. You're really trying to break me down. Now, it's times where I've been through a lot of situations that I didn't really think that I would make it out, or I felt like that, why me? But now I realize by doing this show and seeing that there are other people, that are worse off than me, it kind of makes you sit back and think, even when you go through the deepest, darkest things in your life, right? The fact that you can wake up the next day, wiggle your fingers and your toes, take a deep breath and there's blood still running warm in your veins, that's a blessing, because there's somebody, I'm telling you, that's going through a third of what you went through. A third, not even half. And they're thinking about taking their life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the statistics are with suicide, but if we count to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I guarantee you like at least 5 people just killed themselves in the United States. And that's just counting to 10. What's up, Monica? What's up, Eduardo? I guarantee you, if you count to 10, at least 5 people just killed themselves in the United States of America. And I believe that we as people, man, like, we got to lift one another up. And I believe that we live in a world now where it's like negativity runs rampant and it's kind of encouraged. Like VH1 is on. Like I used to love loving hip hop, but now I just can't watch it. Because it's like, to me, it promotes the division of women, African American women going at each other, comparing themselves to each other, who got the best makeup, the best hair, yada yada yada. Then it's showing black men and one depiction as players and sleeping around. You know what I mean? So we got to do something, man, to try to lift each other up, because our children, our next generation, whether you be black, white, Hispanic, Asian, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Our children are going to grow up in one of the most hardest generations, I believe, that are coming up, because for one, due to social media, cell phone technology, they're not as social as they used to be. So when they go, you know what I'm saying, apply for jobs and everything, it's going to be hard for them. See, grown folks can be shallow with each other almost more so than kids, especially with bullying. See, everyone has feelings and even has the toughest skin. Stop being cruel to people. Yeah. It's like I said, we got to learn how to build one another. And, and that's a good point, Auntie, because I believe that most kids are bullies because they're probably bullied at home. You know what I'm saying? The way the parents are talking to them, the way the demeanor is like beyond corrective action. And they're actually bullying their kids. So then the kids go to school and they bully other kids. Hurt people hurt people. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that again. Hurt people hurt people. And sometimes it's not an attitude that's being taught. It's learned. You know what I'm saying? If I teach you something, I sit down, I break it down, and I instruct you. But when you're learning something, you're just sitting back watching it and soaking it up as this is normal lifestyle. And it probably didn't start with their parents. You know what I mean? It probably started with their parents' parents. And so part of the thing is, you know what I'm saying, we as people have to break that cycle. You know what I mean? Because like I said, everything is pushed off division. We have a president that's in that office that kind of lives off a division. So look, don't be fooled by the smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying, with the NFL protests and all the stuff that doesn't really matter. But what really matters is our kids are dying. What's up, Javon? Our kids are dying. You know what I'm saying? People are getting bullied in school. They're killing themselves. School shootings are becoming normal conversation. I've taught a lot of bullies. They need so much love. Yes, hurting people. Yeah, hurt people hurt people. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, bullies need love too. Somebody needs to put that on a t-shirt. Bullies need love too. Because so many people, man, like they internalize. Yep. And I think that's a fine line too, Auntie. Like, you got men trying to raise tough kids, and I think they're flirting with the line. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, this is learned behavior, and they go out, and that's how they treat other people. They treat people how they were treated. And I think that in this, what's up, Jeremy? I just think that in this generation that we live in now, like I said, our children, like this young generation, has got it bad, man. Like, through the cell phone now, and I'm in my living room, not my living room, but I'm back in my office, and I'm in all of you all's living room through your cell phone. So look at the access that the average 6, 7, 8-year-old has. And the reason I say 6, 7, and 8, because I've seen 6, 7, and 8-year-olds with cell phones. Probably got the unlimited plan, free nights and weekends and all that. And to me, I think that's too young to have access to the world. You know what I mean? Because if you're not going to teach them, someone else will. And if you're not going to teach them, YouTube will, VH1 will, Facebook will, Instagram will. And I believe that social media is contributing to a lot of depression amongst our young generation, because they're seeing stuff on social media. You're seeing like a millisecond. You know what I'm saying? So look how quick it takes for you to hit that button and it snaps a picture. That's a millisecond out of 24 hours in my day. I'm going to spend like 6 of them sleep. You know what I'm saying? The other 4 may be stressed, bustling, but I'm going to smile in front of, the best car, smile in front of the best living room. And then some people, they see other people, man, on social media, and they get depressed because they don't have it like that. You know what I'm saying? So this is the vacation season, right? So somewhere along the timeline, you're going to scroll down and see a husband, a wife, and kids at the beach taking a picture, right? But little do you know, they was about to get a divorce 3 seconds before that picture was taken. They just got everybody together and smiled and did it for the gram, But we live in a life now where everything's superficial. People rather look the part than to be the part. You know what I'm saying? People would rather look rich, wealthy, and educated than to be rich, wealthy, and educated. So as long as you can front, you know what I'm saying? As long as you can lie about it, then they're cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing ourselves? That's just that's really like a false sense of living. You know what I mean? Like, if you got $200 pair of shoes on, if you got a pair of shoes on your feet, $150 or more, you should have at least that much in your savings account. You know what I mean? And it's really taking me time to really grow, because now I'm thinking about credit. I'm thinking about investing money. You know what I mean? Because there's times where I think the culture is pushing this stuff to us. What's up, Keith? The culture is pushing certain things to us. And especially in the African American community, we're taking our money and giving it right back to the corporations. And we're not thinking about building wealth. You know what I'm saying? We always think about, well, as long as my family's set. What about your kids, grandkids? Wouldn't you want to have and be wealthy to the point where your kids, grandkids are set to where even when you leave this earth, it's a picture of you on the mantle? They're like, I don't know who Keith Moore or Jeremy Wilder is, but that's Grandpa Keith. That's Grandpa Jeremy right there. Kids are going to school to learn, not to worry about if they're getting bullied, which distracts them from what they're there for. It all starts with the parents. Oh, yeah. And I'm a firm believer that everything starts at home. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when I coached football, I'm only with your sons 3 days a week, 3 nights during the week, 2 hours a night. And then it's like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours on Saturday. So that little bit of exposure time, you know what I'm saying, can only do but so much. You see what I'm saying? So it's up to the parents to really get a hold of their kids. But I feel sorry for most of them, because some of them you'll coach them or you'll see sports where you never meet the parents. Appreciate it, Keith. You never meet the parents. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like these kids are really raising themselves, man. I feel real sorry for them, because in the climate that we live in, you know what I'm saying, with with the amount of hatred, the amount of division in this country, it's really not the time to be out of place or not have a leader in your life. You know what I mean? Like, it was like Father's Day just passed. I didn't call my father. He didn't call me for my birthday. We don't have a relationship, right? You know what I mean? So it's not that I'm going to use that as an excuse. What's up, Cal? Like, I've never celebrated a Father's Day with my father. So I'm not going to use that as an excuse to wild out. But I have 4 uncles. You know what I'm saying? James, Roger, Calvin, and Bobby. You know what I mean? And I thank God for them. And I had a grandfather. Now, I got two choices, you know. Either I can mope and be sad on Father's Day, or I got another choice to be thankful for what I had. Because somewhere along the way, somebody didn't have any father figure. You know what I'm saying? So it really starts at home. You know what I mean? And then I think as kids, as they get older, and you're able to really process what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Don't reject people trying to come into your life that are trying to do you good. Because I remember like not having a father and just being internally angry. I remember looking at my other cousins and kind of being jealous a little bit. But I had coaches try to come in my life, you know, different people. And it's up to you to let them in. Because sometimes when you are afraid of love, if you never experienced it, you tend to put that wall up. And you really reject the blessing that God is trying to send you. And that could be relationships. And you could be really like rejecting your wife or husband God sending you. You know what I mean? But love starts in the home. And I just think a lot of people are trying to find love, but they're doing crazy things to get it. You know what I mean? So the first thing that I would do is when it comes to trying to love other people, trying to be kind, trying to be respectful, trying to reduce violence. Love yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Pray to God and say, you know what? Before I can love other people, you know what I mean? Deal with what's in me. You know, deal with the garden of my heart. Deal with the garden of my mind. Pull up these weeds. You know what I'm saying? Pull up these weeds of unforgiveness. Pull up these weeds of deep-rooted hurt. Because I'm telling you, man, like a lot of people are walking around hurting, and it's like a ticking time bomb in their chest, and you never know when they're going to go off. And I've learned now where when I see people that are mean, nasty disposition, I try to ask myself, why are they like that? You know what I'm saying? Why are they like that? A chameleon changes colors due to its surrounding. It's a defense mechanism. So people, I believe we are like that too. Like if you ever seen a plant, right? A plant that's in the house that's next to a window. And if you move it further away from the window, the plant ends up leaning towards the light. It's called phototropism, right? And what happens is we tend to lean and gravitate towards what we need. And that goes into the next topic is just sometimes, you know what I'm saying, if you're not going to do it as a parent, if you're not going to do it as a spouse or whatever, sometimes you're getting outworked. So the reason your son's in the gang, the reason that, you know what I'm saying, your daughter's hanging with old boys, because you're getting outworked as parents. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to spend time with your son, if you don't want to spend time with your daughter, someone else will. Now, will that person always have the correct motives, and will that person always have the best intentions? No. But your son and daughter are leaning towards the light like that plant, and they're trying to get it any way that they can. And what happens is, like I said, you're being outworked, and someone else builds a bond. That's why you hear these girls 12, 13, 14 years old probably running off with these older men. You see what I'm saying? Because they're leaning towards the light. They're trying to get something, a resource that they want, love and attention and affection. You know what I mean? But we live in a generation now where so many people are going to society standards. And they're trying to go hard to be a provider so much that they're making all the money, but they're not making the number one thing that they can't get back is time. Making time with your family, spending time with your family. You can lose $200 to a day on a bad bet, a bad investment, something happens, some type of repair. You can work and make that money back, but time you'll never get back. You know what I'm saying? You're blinking. It's like, man, my kid's 18. Like, what happened? So you got to spend time with everybody. Spend time with your family while you can. And a lot of times, what's up, Paul? A lot of times when it comes to, like, you know, family and stuff, like I said, it's hard to get along with anybody else if you don't love yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to learn to be at peace with you, peace with everything that you've been through, and peace with what God allowed you to went through. Because I'm telling you, some people, man, they'll lash out at other people because they're angry in here. Their heart is hardened. And these are just the garden of their heart and mind has a lot of weeds. And one weed that'll choke out anything in your life is the weed of unforgiveness. And you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to myself. Like, the weed of unforgiveness, like, if you're not going to forgive somebody, it's like being tied to them. It's like being tethered to them. So imagine tying a band around your thigh and then tying another band around the other person's thigh. It'd be hard to get around life like that, right? So you have to release these people, man. You have to release these people. What's up, DeAndre? You have to release these people, man, because if you're not going to forgive them, you're holding up yourself, you're holding up your blessing, and you're pressing pause in your life. You feel me? Like, if I would have never forgave my father or stepfather for everything that went on, even though it's 2018, mentally, John is in 1990, 2002, 1998. You see what I'm saying? So you got to really think about it. Yo, like, these people did something to me. I done nothing to them. So the best thing I can do is release them. You feel me? Like, if you're a boat in the water and you're trying to go forward, you pull up the anchor. You don't leave the anchor down to turn the motor on. That's counterproductive. You want to pull that anchor up and move. And so many times I think people feel like, yeah, man, I'm beefing with so-and-so. I don't like so-and-so. You know, I'm a grit on so-and-so. Man, so-and-so out there doing their thing, living their life, probably making more money than you and having a good old time. While you sitting in the house worried about them. Or you chilling with your girlfriend, chilling with your wife or your significant other. And you can't even get into the conversation because you're thinking about what somebody did to you 10 years ago. Crazy. Same thing with relationships. The reason why you can't get but so far in your marriage, the reason why you can't get, see, quality time is not spent helping children and their respect should not be. Yep, that's true. That's true. You know what I'm saying? We got to spend quality time, man, getting rid of these harsh realities that children have and like all these negative vibes. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's just like I was saying, like if you're not going to let go of your past, if you're going to hold on to your past and it's deep rooted, you're going to pass this down to your kids. You see what I'm saying? No one needs to validate you in order for you to. Yeah, like, yo, you don't need validation. And I used to be guilty of that. I used to have great ideas. And I used to go around and ask people, like, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And I already knew, like, if I have faith enough in the idea, why am I needing someone to validate what I know is right? But like I said, we live in that superficial world where we want somebody. We want the likes. You know what I'm saying? We want the shares and everything. We want somebody to come into agreement with us so bad that we're willing to do anything to get it. You know what I mean? But going back to that weed of unforgiveness, sometimes our marriages and working are functioning optimal, like 100%. You know, you may have a decent marriage and the marriage may be going at 60%. The friendship may be going at 60%. Your family relationship may be going at 60%. You know why? Because you can't give them all of who you are because someone in the past has still got you. You feel me? Here you got married to Steve, but Steve can only get 60% of you because the other 40% is still with Tom. You feel me? So now you're bringing Tom into the relationship. You're treating Steve like Tom. Now, Tom is the man that God sent for you. Sherry is the one that God sent for you. But you're about to push them out your life because you can't forget what the last person did to you. And you're bringing that in your life. You're bringing that into your relationship. So you got to move on. You have to move on. Why should I love myself if my shoes are raggedy and we strike one another? Yeah, I mean that's real, man. Like that superficial stuff, man, is crazy. Like I listen to people talk, and they base their value, they base their human value on life, of what people have. And so somebody could be coming towards you, like could be a millionaire, just because they don't look like you, dress like you, you reject anything they say. But here you are with nice fitted cap, Michael Kors, Kenneth Cole, you know, you $800 walking around, but in your wallet you got $27.15, and you trying to figure out, do I put 10 in the tank and go by McDonald's? You know what I'm saying? And here you rejecting people versus what you look like. What's up, Brandy? So we really need to start thinking, like, how do we build people up? What's up, Robert? How do we build people up? Like, what are we going to do to continue to build people up? You know what I'm saying? So your homework tomorrow when you go to work, school, or whatever, try to uplift 3 people. Compliment them, inspire them, motivate them. Because sometimes when we leave the house, we're going into the craziest environment, right? We're going to a place called work. And sometimes we hate our jobs. You know what I mean? We hate our jobs. Like, we do not like our jobs. And sometimes it's due to poor leadership. Sometimes it's due to poor leadership. But let me tell you, flip the perspective. It's like looking at a coin, you see heads. Sometimes you got to flip it and look at it the other way. And my mom can testify to this too. I know what happened to me. Working at a job that I didn't like for so many years, and it wasn't really the people, it was maybe leadership, culture, but it trained me. That job, God allowed to give me tools for what was ahead. Now, let me tell you, it took, the minute I wanted to leave there, it took 10 years, maybe 9 years to get out of that job, right? 10 to 9 years, but I couldn't leave until God saw fit for me to leave. Now, had I left early enough, I would have probably got fired from my next job because I wasn't equipped. I wasn't ready to deal with adversity. I couldn't take working a lot of hours. I couldn't take being in charge. What's up, Shannon? And so what happens is you're in a place right now, right? You're working a job. People get on your nerves. You're working a job where you just had it, right? So you have to look, let me learn everything I can here. You know what I'm saying? Your job is getting you conditioned for where God has for you next. You feel me? Your job now that you're conditioned is what God has for you next. So don't get lazy. No, do everything that you can, because what you don't want to do is lose that grind effort. You don't want to lose that motivation where you go to work and you kill it, because you're going to need that same spark in you when you go to your next job and you're a beast at it. Then you look back at this job and say, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus, for giving me that experience. You see what I'm saying? It's like a boxer going through training camp. Necessarily, they don't like all the sit-ups, the crunches, all the sparring, all the running, but it's necessary for them to compete for the belt. It's necessary. You see what I'm saying? So it's up to you to realize, like, change your perspective on why you're going through what you're going through, right? I'm on this job because God's trying to elevate me. And let me tell you, working on a bad job and surviving is probably better than any college education when it comes to on-the-job, hands-on training. Because I guarantee you, when you get your new job, you're going to look back and be like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, yeah, I know I didn't like going in there, but I thank you, because the people where you are now at your new place don't understand. Like now when you come to work, you're grateful. You're trying to motivate people, because you know what it's like to have a bad job. You know what it's like to pay a lot for insurance. You know what it's like to be under bad leadership. So now when you get to the new job, it's your choice not to make the environment challenging, but it's your choice to challenge the environment. You feel me? It's your choice to do what Michael Jackson said. Let's make the world a better place. And how do we do that? We start with ourselves, and we start at home. Make the world a better place. Now, I'm not going to hold you guys all night. You know what I'm saying? I know I've been rambling on. You know, it's like my auntie said, positive support. I'm just trying to reinforce positivity. But don't forget, this Thursday night at 8:05, How to Build a Shatterproof Marriage, Part 1, with our Apostle Kelso and Jackie Clark, comes on at 8:05 p.m. If you're married, you need to watch it. If you're not married, you need to watch it. If you're dating, you need to watch it. If you're thinking about dating, you need to watch it. If you have a crush on somebody, you need to watch it. If you had a crush on somebody, you need to watch it. If you're going through anything and you just want something great to watch to really put some good inspiration in you, you need to watch it. So let me tell you. Oh, thanks, Auntie. You know, sometimes I'm just moved, man, just to do random stuff and just get on Facebook and talk. But I just want to, like I said, I want to inspire you guys. I just want you guys to visit my website, www.IAmTeflonJohn.com. Please share this. Bottom left hand. Thanks, Chanel. Please share this at the bottom left hand corner in your screen. Like I said, the more we share, the more I can get my message out. The more I can increase my reach, and the more people that we can help. Like I said, the Art of Reinvention talk show this Thursday, 8:05, How to Build a Shatterproof Marriage. Right now, you can watch The Power of Fashion, featuring the wonderful and the highly talented Victoria Watts, where she's talking about how fashion can transcend and just change the way you are as a person. And that's highly recommended. Go to YouTube, type in IAmTeflonJohn, spelled John, as one word in the search bar. You go to my channel and you subscribe to my channel. On Facebook, type in TeflonJohn, or Facebook.com/TeflonJohn. Go to my page, like my page, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone that is under the sound of my voice. I appreciate all you guys for all your support, even with the newspaper, even before the newspaper or the news articles. I appreciate it, because it's one thing for me to ask you guys for money, but right now I'm just asking you guys for your time. And I appreciate it, because time is one of those currencies where you don't get it back. We will never have this Monday, June 18th, 2018 again. And I appreciate you for spending this last 20, 25, how many ever minutes it's been. I appreciate you guys kicking it with me. You guys mean a lot to me. I continue to pray for my followers. I continue to pray for everybody. I just pray that God will bless you guys, and whatever you're lacking, I pray that He gives you strategy on how to get it. I pray that God gives you strategy on how to maintain it. I pray that God mends the broken hearts that are under my voice. I pray that God just reaches those that are in the family. And one of my prayers, and I'm gonna look right into the screen. One of my prayers is that God will give you what you need to carry out your vision and idea. And I know you may be watching and you be like, man, John's doing videos, he's really stepping out. But it's your turn to step out. And I'm gonna point at you, whoever you are in the camera. It's your turn. You might not see this video till a week later, but God says it's your turn. Step out, move with your idea, network, find the people. Network, find the people. Now I pray that you will be connected to those people that God has waiting for you to bring your ideas to fruition. Now I appreciate everybody. I appreciate Miss Veronica Ford for helping out. Appreciate my auntie Angie Smith. I appreciate my mom. I love all of you guys. Much love to you guys for the consistent support. I appreciate everybody that's always hitting that live button. Please share it. And like I always say, one love, but it's your choice to be blessed.